What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out something truly indie. This is one single developer that's working on a game that, to my eye, kind of mashes together an immersive sim. Something like System Shock, maybe with something like BioShock, maybe, but also combines it with a heavy narrative-focused survival RPG. Something like Subnautica, except that Subnautica doesn't have stats and stuff like this game does as well. Like, your character has capabilities in this title. Buckle up, because this is a weird game, and I do think that it's a little bit of a slow burner. But once you start getting to the stuff that's good, we're going to be taking it from the top because I think the context is important in this game, the way it sort of builds up a storyline for the player. I think that part is important to the overall construction of the game, so we're going to show the whole thing. Initially, I played for like an hour and a half, and I was trying to get to a spot where I could explain what was going on and what I was doing, but it only made sense to go from the beginning after I played for that bit of time. So today we're going to be playing Penkura for about 35 minutes. I'll probably heavily edit though, so it'll actually probably be more like an hour and a half of gameplay, edited down to 30 minutes, and we're going to dive into a strange alien world where something has gone wrong and we appear to be the last guy around searching for our team. The link to the game is down below. It is currently in early access, so the game is not completed. However, I have found through the hour and a half that I played that this game is very unique compared to everything else on the market. It's a very hard well, I don't even know if I would describe it as hard sci-fi, but it's got like complex crafting, it's got like fabrication, all kinds of things going on that make it a little bit heavier than other titles in the genre too, but I actually think that makes the game stand out a little bit better. So the link to the early access is down below. I think I paid $13 for it this morning when I went ahead and purchased it. You can also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there, but without further ado, let's do this thing. We'll start a game and begin this thing off.
We're late. Two teams already went through the singularity to Penkura.
Okay, what now?
Unfortunately, you will have to go alone until we find out what exactly happened on the other side. You can't delay any longer.
Before I go, can you tell me what happened on Penkura?
5 days ago, we lost communications with the base on the other side. That didn't worry us that much as it's happened before. Yesterday, however, our team received a message that started this entire operation. 5 teams are to be sent to Penkura to investigate what happened, and if possible, bring back colony representatives.
Okay, and what was the message?
I don't know. Whatever it was, it scared the shit out of the higher-ups so much that they locked up the entire Gemini Base. There's only a skeleton crew to operate basic functions until we find out what is going on the other side. Besides us, nobody's allowed in.
Okay, what exactly is the objective?
You will take the elevator down to the registration office. You'll then go through the transit straight to the temple. Don't worry, everything is set to automatic. Officially, the entire base is off limits, but I will guide you through the radio.
When do I get my gear?
Most of the equipment is already on the other side with your team, but before you go, I have to activate your VAC.
The VAC?
VAC, Visual Assistance Contacts, a piece of the next generation biotech that they gave every colonist for the last 5 years. It will outline everything you can interact with. Your eyes will need some time to adapt. Just please don't scratch your eyes like the last one.
Alright, well, I'm ready.
I will monitor you from up here and have constant contact with you until you go through the singularity.
Okay, out, and away we go. Welcome to, well, the base that's on our side. So this, I think, is like Earth down in the Antarctic. And then, well, we're going to go into a research base and you'll find out. It's very sort of geegery or like Ridley Scottish. But let's head on into here. I'm going to guess that that's the med bay over there. Let's hit the button real fast. My character has hands. Beautiful. We also have legs.
First up is the registration office. The door to tram station 4 should be open.
Okay. I like your foliage inside of here. It's very, well, I mean, it's got kind of like a Blade Runner-y, foreboding rich guy thing going on, but you get what I'm trying to say. At least it's not completely and totally empty inside of here. We need to go to the tram station, so let's head down this way and see if maybe...
The tram will take you directly to the temple. Just enter and enjoy the ride. It's fully automatic like everything else in this base.
Okay. Does it have like a weight sensor? Or are you guys watching me right now? There's a real lack of other human beings around that's making me feel kind of like anxious about this whole situation. Nothing says nothing bad is about to happen like a giant alien temple being found underground in, like, Antarctica or wherever the hell we are.
And there it is. The Gemini Temple. The oldest known object on the planet. First time not being used for more than a day since the program started.
Okay.
Just stand on the pedestal at the back and touch the sphere. Temple will do everything by itself. When you get to the other side, tell Tom that he still owes me. And good luck.
We must touch the Wilson. Everything I've ever seen in a sci-fi movie tells me that I should not walk through concentric rotating rings that are summoning a portal. I've seen a lot of sci-fi, and this thing right here, no, I think I'll stay on this side. Does the other side have Taco Bell? Because if the other side doesn't have Taco Bell, oh god. Okay, off and away we go. Farewell, Nachos Belgrande. Okay, flashlight on. Other side of the temple, and there's only one door here, so I suppose we'll head on through it. Okay, so let's have a brief look around. We just got a journal ping.
Unknown personal detected. Warning. Code 027 is in effect. Evacuate all personnel. Emergency transport ships will arrive in T-minus 4,000. Warning. Neurocore corrupted. Base. Director. Requested at Command Center immediately.
Okay. Well, let's have a look around and see if we can find anything useful. We've got the life support center over here. And basically the way that every single room and every single object works in this game is that typically there will be like a hopper that has resources inside of it. And then this thing right here. There will be one of these attached to just about everything in the game that has resources inside of it. I'm going to take every last resource that isn't bolted down for right now, because later on, the process of actually manufacturing your own, once you get to the base building portion of the game, pretty time consuming. So any place that you can find that just gives you finalized, refined resources right this second is usually a pretty big come up. So we've got base B, and we've got a collapse on that side. Okay, let's head down this way, and we'll kind of see what we can get moving here. Open this bad boy up, and they wanted me at the command center. What's going on over here? Looks like they barricaded the door up. That's never a good sign either. Magnetically sealed coffin. Oh, giant room full of coffins. Fantastic. Love it. Sure nothing bad will happen there. Med station's off that way, but let's go to the command center first, since that's where it was summoning me to go to. Command center. Alright, this looks command center-y. This seems like the kind of open vestibule area that important people would liaise inside of. Let's go to the command center and see what it's got for us here. Knock that open.
Personnel detected. Accessing relevant protocol.
I'm from Gemini Base. I was sent with a mercenary team for recon.
Scanning. Base director. Not found. Scanning. Base personnel. Not found. Accessing logs. Warning. Neurocore damage. Accessing backup files. Resetting. Neurocore. To stage 3 personality.
Hello?
Who is this?
I'm Sara, the emergency Neurocore personality. This facility is on lockdown. You are not supposed to be here.
It wasn't really my choice. Tell me where I'm at.
You are in Base 4, 92 meters underground, level 9. Research. What is your purpose here? You are not a member of this facility.
I was sent here by Gemini. I'm supposed to find representatives of Colony 7, bring them back with the rest of the team.
Please wait. This base was offline for more than 40 years. I can't access any sensors outside of this level. Emergency power is critically low, and life support is barely operational.
Okay, then where's the exit?
Accessing the exit won't be possible, as the last tremor collapsed Tunnel 39. I have dispatched drones to clear the area.
How long is it going to take to get it open?
It will take 75 hours to give you access to the rest of the base. Your oxygen will last for 29.
Fantastic. There has to be a way to get some more time.
There are Lazarus bioconverters in the medbay. They have their own life support system that should keep you alive until drones give you access to the rest of the base. But access to medbay is restricted, and I don't have access to your bioprofile. Without it, bioconverters won't open.
Okay, so how do I get in?
Tier 1 access to medical facilities has Dr. Januszkiewicz. His private room is in personal quarters of this level.
Okay, and the bioprofile?
After accessing medbay, you can create your bioprofile using the Lazarus bioconverter interface.
Okay, I need to get into medbay, and then I need to create a bioprofile.
One moment. My scans indicate that you never went through the procedure of creating a neurocore. The procedure is very invasive. Before using Lazarus, you need to use a neuron stimulant. It will prepare your mind for extensive scans.
Okay, where can I get one of those?
You will have to create it yourself, using the molecular matter converter located on your right. I'm uploading the schematic as we speak.
Okay, sounds easy enough.
In case of any problems, you can always come back. I will do my best to help as much as I can.
Alright, so what we need to do is we need to get into the medbay, and we need to get our bioprofile created, but we can't make our bioprofile until we get ourselves a neurostim. This is the MMC. I would get really familiar with it because the MMC is something you're going to be interacting with a lot as you go through this game. Nothing inside of its hopper right now, but if we go to the MMC, we can queue up a neurostim, which is what we need in order to interface and create a bioprofile. And we can see what it requires. And it requires 20 aqueous, it requires 35 curatio, and then it requires some kind of bar, probably normite. For whatever reason, this menu right here is cut off for me, but like in later parts of the game, it's not really. I've been getting around it just by zooming out and letting go of it. So we need one normite bar, we need curatio, and we need aqueous. Let's have a look around. So we've got aqueous right there, we've got a solid state construction thing right there. This over here will more than likely... Oh, it's just a tutorial. Never mind. I already know how to do that. Let's check this back storage room real fast and see what they got laying around. So in the refrigerator, it looks like we've got our aqueous, we've got some curatio and ferox. Also a bunch of food in here, so I'll gather that up because, well, we don't have it yet, but later on the food's going to be helpful. We've got more curatio and we've got more aqueous inside Natalia Bennett's locker right there. What is that? A Zavok crystal. Okay, I will take the Zavok crystal. There's also a code over here so that I can get into this storage area, but I don't have the code to it, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to get in there. For now, let's head over to the habitation area. We'll see if we can find Dr. Januszkiewicz's room, and once we have access to his room, we should be able to find a few more things that are going to make our lives easier. What is this, a depot? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's all kinds of goodies. I'll take it. Hell yeah. Okay, repositories, rooms 1 through 6. Let's crack this open, and we need to find Januszkiewicz. So we've got a storage room right here. Storage is good. Normite, curatio, that's all the curatio that we need, so I'll take it. We also got a bunch of Aristotelite bars, which I think will be helpful later on. Last time I played through, I missed a lot of this loot, and so like I was having to manufacture it all from scratch, and it was taking a hot minute. We've got a bunch of seed containers over here for farming, maybe. And there's some money laying on the desk. Whose room was this? Room 1. Dr. Severin. Okay. Can't get into Reinhold's office. Can't get into Rosenjella's office. Januszkiewicz. There we go. So in Yanushkowitz's office, he's got a couple of energy bars and a few other things that might be helpful. He's got a Poland crystal, and then we need to go through his messages until we find the code that gets us into the med bay. There it is. The code to the med bay is 9921. Fantastic. Let me take a look around, though, and make sure that we've gotten everything from this area. A little hollow decoration. What's inside of here? Money and a couple of energy drinks. Okay. That door's apparently busted. That computer has a number of audio logs, or I guess not audio logs. It has a number of diary entries about some kind of illness that's causing headaches and people vomiting and stuff like that. Kind of messing with the medbay and its fundamental operations. Let me see if I've got the stuff on me right now to mash out the neurostim. And so I need 20 aqueous, 35 and 1. So 20, 35 and 1. I have the 21. I have the 35. And I have the normite bars. So we'll throw those in there. And now that we've got that in queue, we can start the crafting of it. Later on, we're going to have to pay attention to our power levels because you're going to be building power plants and stuff like that in order to make everything work. But for now, it's not going to be that important. All of my stuff is inside of there, so I'll go ahead and take it back. And let's head on over to the medbay because we've got the golden ticket that gets us in there. Medbay and power plant over on this side of the base. So the power plant is glowing red. That's probably not ideal. Yeah, it's shooting arcs and things all over the place. Okay, so we need to open up the door. I actually already know how to fix this. There's a bunch of, like, random logs laying around. You've got to read, like, these little notes and things to figure out how to do this. But it's also printed right there on the actual fuse box itself. So we've got to disconnect the fuel input. We've got to disable the main generator. And then as soon as that meter fills up right there, we can refire the generator because I'm pretty sure it's not going to let us make our bio profile until we fix the generator. And it looks like we're spun up. All right, generator's all nice and taken care of. Now we go to the med bay. It was 9921 to get in there. Into the med bay we go. I don't know how many, like, useful pieces of loot or whatever are going to be inside of here, but the fact that they've got coffins stacked up to the ceiling inside the med bay makes me think that maybe things are not going so incredibly well in this area. And inside this room is the money maker. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open.
If you need help with the bio profile, each Lazarus chamber contains a computer with additional information on the procedure.
I don't think I will. Like, I think we're going to be good, but I appreciate you weighing in on it. So this thing right here with the Lazarus project, we need to open the reconstruction chamber. That's going to open on up. I also need to use, so that's already on my 1 key, the neurostimulant. All right, we've used the neurostimulant. And then we need to lay down on the bed. Oh, we got to create a bio profile. That's right. So let's reconstruct our bio profile. So my profile name will just be Splattercat, just like last time. Our bio host type will be basic. Our chromosomes will be XY. Our DNA profile is going to allow us to, like, edit up our stats and change things around. So all of these are different stats. Some of them are not implemented yet. Some of them are. So, for example, molecular density makes you stronger. It gives you more HP. It allows you to, like, attack things with melee weapons more effectively. Genetic adaptability, that's going to be your ability to lower the chance of overdosing from drugs that you can manufacture. You recover from poisons and diseases quicker. Basically, just put the points where you want to put them. For right now, I'll probably put 1 in metabolic efficiency. I'll probably put 2 in molecular density. And then I think this one allows me to have more bio implants. Yeah, because once we get further on into the game, you've got, like, the full inventory stat sheet like you would have in an RPG with all the slots and stuff that you can put into it. All right, let's just leave that where it's at. Profile's all ready to go. We lay down on the bed. And off we go to Slumberland to have our brain augmented. Wakey, wakey, egg and bakey. Look at that. There's even more loot inside of here that I can have now. I looted this just a second ago. I will take all of those oxygen tanks. Those will be very useful.
You finally woke up. I was worried that your neurotransfer failed.
What happened?
While you were in deep sleep, there was another tremor. It collapsed the med bay and half the level with it.
Okay, so where am I?
I used the last few seconds before your death to copy as much of your neurons as possible to the new neurocore. Unfortunately, only your submind was saved, and the last days of your recent memories.
What do you mean death?
Please, you have to calm down. Your mind's current state is very fragile. I was unable to fully provide support for your neurotransfer. I need to check how much of your memory you still possess. What is the last thing you remember?
I remember a tremor, alarms, and you telling me to find the Lazarus bed.
I updated your bio profile with that information. It will allow me to partially recreate your past memories and improve your understanding of your current and future experiences, improving future neuro imprints if necessary.
Okay, can I get my memories back?
It is possible, but your body with your mind was destroyed when Medbay collapsed. I was able to merge your neurocore with a standard memory template, providing you with basic knowledge of objects, systems, and muscle memory. It will allow you to understand the situation and surroundings better.
Alright, what do I do now?
I have limited access to basic systems and memory core. I do not have any communication with the main headquarters or the orbital station. If we want to understand what happened, or even to contact anyone, we need to get access to the core base systems.
Okay, let's get started.
I will guide you. Even with my limited power, I am still able to help.
Straight on down the road. So we've got a stim pack right there for healing. We've got a neutrino bar. I do have my biomonitor finally. So the biomonitor right here, it's going to tell you your oxygen levels. I don't remember. I think the time is the one underneath it. So like what time it is on the planet. And then over to the right, you've got your water, your food, and your sanity meters that you got to keep an eye on. The yellow pips at the bottom, I think, are the base's power supply, but I would have to reference that to be sure. I will grab every last scrap of food I can before we leave because keeping myself alive, we got to go into strict rationing here until we can figure out how to turn this hostile alien planet into something useful. Crack open the door for me, would you? Okay, so we've got storage, elevators from levels 1 to 3. Storage has stuff inside of it, so I would be inclined to try to grab everything I can. Oh, it cleared out my inventory. That's true because my body died and they recreated me over here, so I'm not going to have all my loot. Gotcha. There's the exit, and we're finally planet-side. It's not a very nice planet, though, so good luck with that. It's kind of murky, it's kind of dark, it's kind of gross. Like, in general, it's sort of like a night planet. Alright, well, let's open up the door, and you'll see that my oxygen refills whenever I go inside. Hey, we've got a scanner over here on the desk, so that'll be helpful. I'll snag that real quick. What am I supposed to do now? We got a blueprint repository, so if you put this inside of here, it'll unlock new... So if I take this and I drop it inside one of those slots, normally what'll happen is it'll unlock a new blueprint so that I can build new stuff. This is the base control center. It has everything from like the building and crafting system that you can play around with. So we will be base building inside the confines of this game. For right now, we're not kind of at that point yet, but we will be shortly.
My range and communication capabilities are very limited. Without them, I can't contact any other bases or the station. I've detected a planetary communication station nearby. I strongly recommend investigating it.
Okay, sounds good. We'll investigate.
Please be cautious. I'm not sure what you might encounter beyond the safety of this base.
Now that I have my scanner, we can actually get more information about stuff. In fact, this is going to be like a very important tool as you play through the game. An important thing you need to know is that it's got multiple scan modes. If you middle click, you've got signal detection, you've got multi-layer detection, and you've got geological detection, depending on what it is that you're trying to find. But for right now, let's take a look at the overworld map. And she wants me to go to the comm center. So I need to go to the east-northeast, which should be easy enough because I've got a compass right here on my arm. Let's head in that direction, and we'll see what we can unlock over on that side. Although, let's scan a thing or two. I don't know what this is going to do for me. Let's see here. Detecting a high quantity of nutrients and vitamins. There are no poisons inside of here. Am I hungry? Okay. I will eat you. Oh, no, dude. It made me dehydrated. Okay, that's fine. I can live with this. There'll be other stuff that we can scavenge around, but for right now, we just got to kind of like wander around in the dark because it's 10 o'clock at night at the moment. And so I think through this brush over here is where we're trying to go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. This looks at least somewhat civilized.
For geological extraction, there certainly are still tools inside that can help us gather the resources we need to survive.
Okay. I will keep my nose to the grindstone trying to figure out what is going on here. Let's make sure we take a look at every nook and cranny, though, because if there's any resources and stuff around, it's going to save us a lot of problems later on down the line if we can just have like a nice solid stack of 100 bars of everything. Make life easier. Worst case is that I can find the ore and I can extract it. I think you guys are going to like the mining in this game.
Track of you when you're in the caves. It appears that the walls contain heavy metals that interfere with my scanners.
There's our geological extractor, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. We've got a decent batch of ore inside of here that's going to all need to be processed, but did it automatically put it on my 2 key? It did not. So we've got our portable geological extractor, and this thing's kind of fun because it can see minerals inside the walls right there. You can also refine the data if you want, so like let's say, oops, that's not what I wanted. So sometimes what you can do is if I swap this over to geological scanning, and if we wanted to, you can actually take a look at these guys right here, and you can just laser them through the wall like so, and you can see me getting ore over on the left-hand side. However, we do want to be kind of careful about our inventory space at the moment. It looks like that's mostly therium and normite. What is that right there? I need like the Aristotleite. That's the stuff that I really need, so that's mostly therium right there. What are you? Well, no Aristotleite, unfortunately. What was inside the box? Did I already search that? Okay. We already searched the box. Let's continue our way towards the comm center, although I will take a few little detours to see if I can find anything good around. And it looks like we've got another loading paddock over here, and there's some kind of like power junction thing. I already have one of those, so I probably won't take that, but these crystallized construction components are very, very useful at this phase of the game, so I'm going to grab what I can. We've got therium, we've got normite. I can't get into those boxes because I haven't unlocked lockpicking yet or lock hacking yet, but we will later on. That's what I want. I want the Aristotleite. That's the good stuff. And then the solid construction components are good too. And I think out this tunnel right here will take us to the place we're trying to go. I've got to bust up some roots real quick. Come on, get them out of here. There you go. Use your muscles. That's what I'm talking about. Flex those things. Okay, so there's our comm center right there. You can tell because it's got a giant ball just hanging out in the middle of the void. I think I'm a little thirsty right now, and these right here are basically, I'm too sick to eat this. I ate a mushroom and it made me feel sick.
The communication station is offline. Without it, I'm unable to gather data from any other base. We need to find a way to activate it if we want to access all the systems.
Okay. I think we can manage that without too many problems. I gotta figure out how to fix my sickness. That's gonna be the next thing on my list of things to do. If you're new to the game and you're ever confused about what anything is, they also have a menu right here where you can do the immersive sim thing and you can just look at the item and rotate it around. And it'll give you like a full Wikipedia entry on what the item specifically does. Took me a little while to find that function, even though it's right there in the right-click menu. But it is helpful. We need to turn this thing on. So communications director, max whatever. Oh, it opened up that little panel on the ceiling so you get a little sunlight. We've got a couple of VV drinks and things inside of there. I'm almost full up, though, right now on inventory space. A TRX ammo pack. Hell yeah. What's this guy got going on? Not too much, just a conversation with a guy named Piotr who clearly he is upset with. But there's a door code inside of there, 71221. We'll see if that becomes useful at any point. But is there anything in the trash? No. A couple of oxygen tanks, definitely take those. Nothing in the cabinet, nothing in the cat depository. But she wanted me to activate her inside the communications center, right? Grab the Aristotelite, neutrino box, solar panel optimization. There we go. Now I can do that. Let's go with... put the data storage inside of there. And now we'll start learning how to make solar panels that are more optimized. But it's going to take like 5 minutes to get it done. It won't turn on because the base is on lockdown right now. So we've got to figure out how to lift the lockdown.
It seems that the communication station is also under lockdown, which makes the entire situation a bit tricky. But there is an alternative way of activating it. Come back to your base and contact me through NeuroCore.
Okay, back to base we go. You heard what the lady said. We got to do what we got to do out here. Made it back to base without incident, but I'm still sick from that mushroom I ate off the ground. I thought it said there was no toxins detected, but I must have been wrong. So how do we activate the communication station?
Without proper codes, we will have to forcefully trigger its safety procedures by overcharging it. This will give me a small opening to connect to the station and access as much data as possible.
And as you can see, your stats do matter for conversations and things like that, which is where it kind of ties into those system shock ideas.
It's possible that the overcharge may permanently damage the station, but I only need an entrance ping. The main station knows of each NeuroCore on this moon and should provide me access the moment it registers an entry request.
How can we
Before
overcharge
can
it?
do that, we will have to create a proper power grid that has an energy capacity of at least 100,000. Everything we need should be at this location, but registry archives mention another base, located to the east. It is possible that there are more resources there.
Okay, where should I start?
To create a proper power grid, we need a stable flow of Polin and Zevok crystals, and an industrial molecular matter converter to refine them.
Okay, where do I find those?
Resources of that type are usually found deep underground. We need to find ore veins and build ore extractors to dig them out from the ground.
Okay.
The machine behind you is a basic molecular matter resource crystal. First, we need a multi-purpose. After the scan, come back to the command center. Are you certain that's come back?
So now that we've been appraised of what we need to get done here in order to make this whole thing function, a couple of things that I need to do. First of all, let me start throwing things inside of here just to get weight off of me. You need construction components for this right here. This is your building builder, I guess. And so I need to have lots and lots of these crystal, liquid, and solid components before we're going to be able to do too much. There's a crystallized component right there to keep it happy. And then the other thing that I need to do is I need to dump all of my ores into here and get them processing while I'm just chilling. And so let me get my processes moving. So I need normite bars. And so we'll add that to Q right there. I also need the Aristotelite bars. You can right-click on any of these to find out the blueprint for what it takes, by the way. It took me a while to figure that out as well. The game is tutorialized, but it's a whole bunch of like data log things you got to sit there and read. I'm going to have it start the queue, and it's just going to do its thing over here. You can see it manufacturing while we wait. It's printing out my beautiful little bar right there, and then it'll just add it to the repository. If nothing else, that cleared out my inventory by half, and we need to go find these ore veins so that we can start mining them. And so what I would do is let's break out the geological scanner. And now that we have the geological scanner, we basically just follow the queue until we find the ore vein, but it should be right over here, I think. There we go. And then I think once we have the spot isolated, we go over to multi-layer scanner. And there it is. We found an ore that has extensive normite, therium, and a moderate amount of Aristotelite. I don't know. There's another thing that I need to find over here, so let me break out my geological scanner one more time, and we'll see if we can find this bastard over on this side. Through the bushes, in the dark, and there we go. We've got it right here. So let's swap over to multi-layer mode. We'll scan the ground real quick, and there are our 2 new ore veins. It's all been added to the constructor module, so we should be able... Ooh, we've got Polon and Zavok over here. Very nice. Am I still sick? Can I eat something yet? Let's find out. I can, so I'm finally no longer sick, so I can actually eat my munchie boxes if I want them. Let's go back over here, and we've got some building to do. We're burning through electricity at a pretty good pace right now. I think we were at like 70 or 80% before we left. So it's possible this may not work out the way we want it to work out. But let's see what we need in order to get like basic stuff up and running. So if we go to the base construction system over here, the sun is starting to come up. For an ore extractor, we have all the stuff that we need. And so it needs to be constantly powered and it requires energy. Let's get an ore extractor. And we'll drop it over there. And you'll see our little constructor drone right there. He's going to go over there. And he's going to start fiddling with that thing. I haven't gotten to the part of the game yet where you can actually control what your little drones do and set up little program paths and things for them to handle tasks around the base. But it looks like we're building okay right there, and that should be our first extractor. From there, I like the idea, so I've got enough for a wind turbine out here. I don't know where I want my power grid to be, but I do feel decently confident about that spot right there. The trees are rustling and moving, so let's get power up and running. It gives us 4,000 energy, and she said we need 100,000 in order to make this all function properly. So hopefully this will both get us net positive on energy so that we're generating excess. And then from there, on top of that, it's increasing our cap to 100,000 so that we can actually attack the network over at the communication center so that my AI can break into it and give us a whole bunch of random blueprints and stuff. Looks like the sun's coming up. That's good. 6:30 sunrise. Must be kind of like summerish where we're at right now. Either way, my visibility is quite a bit better, so I'll take that. That's on its way up. Let me go see and check if there's anything I need to do with the extractor in order to get it to function. It is working. We're getting crystals right now that are being pulled out of the ground inside of its little depository. So that's good. And then I needed to check on the power grid real fast. So with the power grid, we are net positive by 20 right now. So our power is ticking upwards. It's at least making us break even with the manufacturing that we're doing. However, base hydrogel is going down pretty aggressively. So we're going to have to figure out the hydrogel situation as well. We're going to need liquid construction components to get that going, unfortunately. So it's sort of like one thing at a time here that we need to get done. Let me take a look at my manufacturing real fast. And we'll figure out, so are we almost done with the normite? So at this point, all there really is to do is I've got to sit around and wait for a whole bunch of stuff to manufacture, basically. I don't have a secondary manufacturing platform right now that'll do it faster, but later on there's a dedicated building that makes things a little bit more efficient. I just don't have the stuff to make it for right now. And so I think today is mostly just going to be me sitting around waiting to get some bars out of here and get a whole bunch of crafting done, and then we can start working on the base. Either that, or I guess we could go on an away team mission and sort of see. So they said there was a base to the east, and it does look like we have a gap over here in case we wanted to explore that just while our manufacturing is happening. So let's head in that direction and see what's down here and exactly what they're going to throw at us, because I'm just waiting for things to get built anyways. When it comes to just like baseline materials, entirely possible that if we can get down into this area, we can find other things that'll be helpful. Those flowers, what are they? An organic component with aqueous, bilitor, and curatio. Okay. I'll take a couple of them. I don't know if that's what we're going to need for now, or if we're going to end up with any kind of, like, processing station for the random thingies that we're picking up off the ground, but we can give it a try. We have an unknown alien obelisk on this side. Can I scan it? High-density material inside the object with vibrations in the inner core with a frequency of 4 hertz. Okay. An Odo roll. What's an Odo roll? Is it poisonous? It looks like it gives us actually a whole bunch of materials, and it looks like we can eat it too. Okay, I'll take the pollen crystals while I'm over here as well. Give me all those. I'm sure I'm just completely and totally ravaging someone's ritual area right now. We're probably doing some kind of heresy to someone, but that's life. Hey, there's a drone.
Multi-purpose bot used for base maintenance. It shut itself down to save energy. I don't know why it's so damaged, or why it was left behind, but the logs mention that there should be one more bot, the Oculus model. I cannot pinpoint its location without access to the station logs, but that Oculus may provide us with useful information.
Okay, can I wake him up? I can scan him. So he's offline right now. Oh, he's got a little back thing right here. Hold up, he's got MPB storage. If I put like a battery inside of there, will it do something? Well, it says that I can repair it inside the objectives, but I don't think we have the tool yet that allows us to do that. So maybe we'll come back for the little guy later. I don't know what I have to put inside of here in order to make him function. I put a battery in there and it didn't work, so since we don't have the repair tool we need in order to fix that little guy, I think I'm just going to head out and we'll try to hit a different objective. Let me go check on my crafting real fast because I have our first weapon crafting too. I've got like a security baton thing that I can smack things with in case we get attacked. Well, the good news is my security baton is done, so there we go. I can now deck things if I need to. And honestly, the animation isn't that bad. It's got like a decent amount of impact for a one-man operation animating and doing all this stuff. It's doing all right. I wanted to go to the southeast, though, and figure out if I can get... Let's go check on the miner as well, because I needed some of those crystals to make the crystal solid construction tools that I need in order to build more buildings. And so I'm willing to bet this guy's probably loaded up right now. Yeah, almost full, actually. We've got 250 Zavok, and we've got a decent amount of pollen in there, too. So that'll be good. Hopefully later on, I bet you that's what that little bot over there is for. It said he was a transport bot, so I bet he can grab from over there and bring it back over to here and drop it off in the repository. I bet you that's his function. So I need liquid and I need solid components for the manufacturing platform. Let me see what I've got going on over here that I can make that happen with, because I'd like to make some nicer equipment too if we're going to be out here. So for liquid, I've got enough to make 10 of them, and I'm going to need more than that. I'll make 3 of these guys right now because I think that's what I'm missing. And then we also need to go out and we need to mine a little bit. See if that ore cluster gives me anything that I want. Therium is what I'm looking for, although aristolite is good too. So we know that that big chunk is aristolite. What is this over here? Therium, normite. What is that one? Therium. There we go. Now we're getting a bigger batch of therium. Hand mining is kind of like power intensive. My tool's about to die on me, unfortunately. I don't need like a ton of this stuff. I just need like 40 or 50 of the therium ore, and then I should be good to build a couple more buildings. But I definitely think that automating our ore gathering over on this side is probably going to be our next goal. That's more than likely why they pinged me at it. And now, after a whole bunch of manufacturing, I can automate my ore gathering over on that side, although I don't know what that's going to do to the power grid. So we're going to have to wait and see how the power grid holds out. In the meantime, though, we could probably go out. I don't know. I want to fight something, dude. Let's go see if we can beat something to death with our little nightstick over here. Oh, I see something. I don't know if it's hostile, but I'm going to rock up on it. It's like some kind of bee. Can I scan it? Like some kind of space hornet? Oh, I can't scan it. Okay. Well, there are hostiles out here then, and there is like a tab that says that like it's for purely building defenses inside the base building menu. So I'm guessing we're going to come under attack at some point too. Oh, there's more of them over. Oh, there's a bunch of them over here. Mess those bad boys up. Oh no, dude, I'm at half health. I gotta do something about that. Beat that thing. Down it goes. Does it have a nest over here? Is that what that is? Can I break the nest? I don't think I'm able to break the nest. I don't think that breaking the nest is a possibility for right now. I also appear to have lesser poisoning for the next minute or so. I do have a thing that neutralizes my poison, this nuclear or whatever it is, but I should be okay, I think. I've only got 30 health left, so I'll probably stim pack myself real quick just to see if I can get a little bit of HP back. My HP does appear to be recovering on my biomonitor. I'm guessing I need some kind of bomb, or I need some kind of gas grenade or something that I've got to throw inside of there in order to kill off the bugs permanently. Doesn't look like they're lootable either, man. That's the worst kind of enemy. An enemy that ain't got no loot? What are we doing here? I'm going to check on my mining real fast while we wait. I don't know how to get to the base to the east. Like, that's the base that we spawned in. It said something's off over here, but I don't think we can see it yet. Like, I don't think she actually pinged it for us. It's probably over there, or it may be like over there, or maybe like down in this area. It's kind of hard to say as of right now until I get over there and explore. For now, I'm trying to get the basics of my base set up so that I can manufacture everything that I need in order to survive, heal myself, thrive, and make it out the other end without bad things happening. And so, automated mining is going to be probably the first hand of that overall equation. Let me see what we've got inside of here. Inside of here, we've got a decent amount of therium ore, which I'm pretty happy about. I need lots and lots of therium. I'm kind of good on normite, so I'm not super worried about it. But I'll take the aristolite as well, and we'll get that refining so that we can make some more base building componentry. I need to check the power grid, too, and kind of see where things are at. But for right now, my initial thoughts are that this is kind of like a slower, headier version of a lot of other survival games. It's almost got like a little bits and pieces of like Space Engineers in there, I guess, where they're going for a low sci-fi vibe inside of a high sci-fi world. And I think they're actually managing to make it work. I say they as if there's multiple people working on this game. This project was made by one guy, and so far, performance has been flawless. I've had no crashes. I've had no bugs. Everything has worked out great. I think that it's got a solid intro and hook that gets you into the title. It's got lots of immersive sim elements to it, like trying to find door codes and being able to interact with like the button that activates the toilet and stuff like that. And frequently there's like a reason to do stuff like that because there's hidden items and things around. For right now though, this is Penkura. I am pleasantly surprised how good this is. Keep up the good work, developer. I don't really have too many complaints as of right now. It's a slow burner, like I said, but I don't really hold that against it. Some games are slow burners, you know what I mean? Like, some games are just meant to be played a little bit slower, but I don't think at any point during this process I thought to myself, like, ugh, I don't want to play anymore just due to the fact that there's like a whole bunch of busy work tasks to do. Instead, I feel like between exploration and manufacturing all the things that you need in order to get by and survive and thrive in this world, it's kept me bouncing around. It's kept me pinging off the walls, basically, trying to get things done. And so I'll start the queue up right there. What are we doing on... I've got some normite in there, but I don't know if I need it. I need to make the manufacturing center so that I can access the tier 2 buildings. But where is my power sitting at right now? Is my power sitting okay? It's still positive. Adding another ore miner only lowered us by 3 points. So we're in good shape, and the base hydrogel looks like it respawns as well, just when we're not manufacturing anything. So as long as I go out on excursions from time to time to go look and track things down, I think we should be largely in good shape. Yeah, let's open this place up, dude. Let's get some natural sunlight inside of here. But this is Penkura. This is a very, very promising little early access project. I haven't found too many problems with it. I think it's got the same appeal that something like Planet Crafter has. Which was a game that I dumped an absurd amount of hours into, although this one does fold in combat and having to heal yourself and getting diseases and all that kind of stuff too. On top of, like, Planet Crafter was a number go up game where you're eternally just making numbers go up by farming things. This game is applying it to more of like a narrative focus where you're building all this stuff to automate all the things that you're doing so that you can figure out what's going on the planet of Penkura and why you've been summoned here. And so I had a good time with it so far. My initial impressions after, let's call it like an hour and a half of gameplay, because I restarted. Technically, I'm like at 3 hours right now. But I think that at like 1.5 hours of reasonable gameplay at the moment, there's still tons of things left for me to do, and I am happy with my $13 purchase. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping on in. That's all I got for you, folks. My name is Splat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today was Penkura. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Bye, folks.